Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Play ChäoS Head. My mic was quite loud. I also had a heart attack just a moment ago. My HD crashed and everything seemed to be gone, but I could restore everything. Good times all around indeed. Alright, let's see what he has to say. At Channel's news board has gotten pretty boring lately. Anyone ever talks about is the new gen stuff, because it's the biggest thing going on right now. Threads spring up all over the place every time there's a new incident. They haven't caught the perpetrator yet? Come on, the police are powerless. Some of these idiots online are portraying the perp as Moe Bishoujo, lol. Oh shit. That demon girl. I flinched as dim as... I flinched... Alright. Witness me drinking cola. Will not tell you which brand, as that is product placement. I do not get paid for that, so you can suck my cock if you're the company who made this cola. Witness also me eating some Belgian chocolate. Delicious. I flinched as the dim eyes of the girl I'd spotted at the scene of the staking murder grazed my brain. That sentence just raped me. I didn't want to keep remembering it like this, but the second I let my guard down, the ominous memories came flooding back. Yeah, I'd seen the criminal's face. I knew who she was. Should I have reported her to the police? But I didn't want to get caught up in it. Alright. Demon Girl. They've made that kind of version too. Hey, that's in pretty poor taste. Anyway, I'm telling you, the new gen cases are actually really interesting. I joined a new gen communication thingy club, I guess, for Enfurapara. You're addicted. You and Silverfish Sis are the only ones in our guild who haven't joined, man. Yeah, seriously? No shit. That meant I wouldn't be able to jump in on a conversation when we were all chatting. New gen isn't run of the mill, gives me chills. I knew you were into guru stuff. But don't tell me you're the type to see murders as works of art. To be fair, I had mistaken a body for an objet d'art. So, if I was forced to put it one way or the other, then, yeah, maybe it did have artistic qualities. Definitely. I look for the really twisted stuff instead. The ultimate S&M time stop. You're hopeless. Better do something about yourself quick. Night Ton. Pop your cherry and you'll come to understand it too. Actually, I saw Guru a lot back in 2004. Best I saw was some decapitated guy and a woman holding his head. And she was naked and all the blood splattered over her. It was really Guru, like the real stuff. Because it was in the news as well. Like, oh, your little kids are watching these images. And my mom was like, hey, you've got internet. Do you watch these kind of images? No, Mom. I'm too scared for that. But yes, Guru and me don't go together. This chocolate, man. It's fucking chocolate truffle. It's melting as well because it's hot today. Yes, I am eating to annoy you. Thank you. Alright, let's continue on. You ass. You mean to say you're not a virgin? Surprised, angry kind of face. Shocked face. You traitor. Or Z is bowing down on on your knees. If you can see that, that looks like a back. If you keep going over it, those are the legs, knees on the ground, legs on the ground, hands, shoulder, face. The new Gen Wiki is seriously packed with stuff. So give it a look, dude. After he said setting that aside. Yeah, I don't want to see it because it's terrifying. I'd wanted to escape the reality that I witnessed the scene of the crime. With that one goal in mind, I'd gone on blocking out every piece of new gen-related news. By doing so, I hoped to convince myself that the gruesome spectacle I'd seen had been an illusion, but in Anyhoo, I was on the same level as a god. It wasn't enough merely to be strong. I also had to know about anything and everything. To say nothing of the fact that I was the closest thing our guild had to a leader. As the person in charge of getting everything organized, it'd be way too humiliating if I couldn't keep up with their conversations. I don't know. I always join a guild in online games, and I always don't like the people I'm with. They're all so stuck up. Holy shit. Especially Dutch people. Ugh, laughing not allowed. Only jokes about Belgians. Ha ha. Hoo hoo. Wow. Dutchmen on online games. Wonderful. You got some real friendly guys, and then you got the stuck up faggots. I guess you have that for everyone. I know some fucking faggots. I don't care. Ignore the faggot word. It is used for comical effect, if you were wondering. Alright. I had to avoid that, so I guess we're going to the wiki. Blah blah blah. Go to the wiki. New Gen Wiki were displayed in huge letters on the homepage. I can see it. Compilation sites like this are an example of a type of wiki. Wiki, where an indeterminate number of people post news and information about a specified topic. A new Gen Wiki like this was bound to be fairly fast moving, with all kinds of people posting stuff related to the new Gen cases. Untrustworthy information and flaming were mixed in, but it was convenient because of how easy it made it to understand the big picture. There were lots of links pasted in too. I started by reading one called A Timeline Up to the Present. My heart started beating faster. I was nervous, even though all I was doing was reading a website. The palms of my hands were soaked in sweat. Charming. In the first incident, commonly known as the group dive, 5 co-ed high schoolers committed suicide together. I'm just reading everything here. Coco Dio. Everyday booty booty. What is that? I can't see that. Hikiniki. I see what that means. Hikiniki would be like hikikomori, and then Nikki means diary, so it's probably a blog by hikikomori. Futana. Futanari daisuki. I'm not going to translate that for you. Just type Futanari in Google. Yes, indeed. Homo homo. I know. Homo. Yeah, that does say homo homo station. Gnocchi gnocchi moon. Fancy party party. Oh. Yeah, that says king. Well, wonderful times. 9/7. Approximately a month ago, in the middle of the night, at Shibuya's Cornelius Tower, they leaped from the heliport on top of the building and died instantaneously. You'd think, not like the movie in Bruges where a certain character falls off the belfry, because I'll tell you right now, those stones on the floor are fucking hard. Seriously. That is some hard ass stone. That guy should have been dead instantly. But no, he does it like a whole adventure. Fuck that movie as gore. In Bruges. I work where the guy fell. Just saying. Yeah. Oh man, I'm scared to let a fart. You know that feeling when you gotta let a fart and you feel like you're about to shit your pants if you do? I am having that kind of feeling. I'm going to risk it. Oh god. Oh. No, never mind. Alright. Autopsies reveal that each of them had scratch marks and foreign bits of flesh under their fingernails. Holy shit. It was then theorized that they'd been holding each other's hands when they jumped off. There was nothing resembling a will or a suicide note left behind on the roof. That's what we read. By going to the Cornelius Tower in person, an online personality known as Snake, I guess his original name was Hebby, discovered that only employees were given access to the rooftop, and that the door leading there was practically always bolted shut. Naturally, it was also locked at the time of the incident. The key to the roof had not been found among any of the 5 victims' belongings. In short, circumstances suggested that the rooftop heliport had been sealed to entry, and it remained completely unclear as to how the 5 students had gotten in. There was a high possibility that someone, aside from those 5, had been present at the time of the incident. The second case, commonly known as the pregnant man, occurred on 19 of September. 12 days after the first case. That's the day after my birthday. And the day the birthday of a girl I liked, and now she has a boyfriend, and I am a very sad person. Boo boo bee boo. Early in the morning, a college student going home after karaoke sighted a blood-drenched male corpse in the area near the underside of the Shibuya station overpass. The man, Konoe Chizuo, was enrolled in a Shibuya area college, and though he had already died by the time his body was discovered, his abdomen had become unnaturally swollen. Watch out, those guys damage you in Diablo 3. Beware, be wary. According to the autopsy, someone had cut open his abdomen, shoved a newborn fetus into his stomach, and then sewn him back together. Charming. A DNA analysis established the fact that the victim and the fetus were not blood relatives. The victim was unmarried and had not been carrying any or on any relationships with women, maybe with men. Mwah. Body found staked to a concrete wall. Earthquake heard near the crime scene. Sound like nails being hammered. True. Crimes by different people. Victim was a 56-year-old college professor. Online speculators believe that since the fetus had been approximately 32 weeks old, it must have been removed from its mother's body via C-section. But no one knew who the mother was. where she could be found or what she was doing at the present, or even whether she was alive or dead. Perhaps the police had tracked down her whereabouts, but at the very least they hadn't announced it to the public. Oh, you're getting sick, you stupid fuck. On the verge of vomiting, I turned my eyes away from the monitor. How revolting. The perpetrator had to be insane. And on top of all that, to think that this vicious murder... That's not scary at all. Might have been committed by that girl. Japan is over. Woo! I stared at Sarata to help my eyes recover. Kirby 1917 pointed out that we see her every time in a dream, and all she does is have that same stare as she does on our figurine. Somehow I managed to stabilize my fucking yawning. Oh man, I did. I was about to yawn, and I stabilized it. Holy shit. I thought about taking the medicine Dr. Takashina had given me. But it looked like I could still succeed in getting by with just Seraton. I shall open my window. Stick with me. And what if I fail? Will you put me in jail for a murder I will not commit? Nope, I didn't fail. Come on. Yes. Alrighty. Alright. But it was tough to read stuff this girl, even for the sake of preserving my reputation as Nighthawk. I don't know, that's not too bad. I've read tons of worse stuff. Oh boy, this is going to be great. God damn it, Sarah.
がド M ってんなら別に止めないけど辛そうなタッキーは見てられないさもうやめよいつもみたく私にハーハーしてもいいからさ
Jesus fuck.
Saratan was so kind to me. Saratan was the only one who would stay as my ally. I suspected since she was my wife.
You fucking bastard. I rested my chin in my hand and took deep breaths as I gazed at Seraton's smile. I could feel her healing me. If I kept an eye on Seraton as I read, maybe I would be able to hold out a little longer. I decided to put this into practice without delay. For starters, why had 2 cases without any common features whatsoever been collectively labeled New Guinea and treated like the same thing? The group dive had initially been treated solely as if the victims had committed suicide. After the pregnant man incident, however, people online reinvestigated the group dive, and once they discovered the unnatural circumstances surrounding it, maybe they were killed in such a way to... Maybe they were killed in such a way so as to make it look like suicide, began to spread around as a new explanation. The parents and close friends of the 5 who died in a group dive kept saying that there were no way they would ever have committed suicide. At that point, the mass media seized on the fact that both cases had occurred in Shibuya, and began using the new generation madness in the sensationalistic headlines. I cannot talk every time I decide to record. How is this? Normally I'm very good at speaking and reading English books. I guess you never read them out loud. It's harder. I put up with a whistle and go yawn anyway. Anyways, I guess it's harder to read them out loud. I've never read a book out loud since I was 10 years old. So let alone stand in English. Alright, which was said to be how all got started, alright. and then the third incident, the one I had witnessed, commonly known as the staking homicide. Since few days had passed since the case opened, the wiki site didn't contain a lot of information on it yet. About all that had been made public was that the victim was Ota Hisashi. Ota Hisashi. Doesn't ring a bell. A 56-year-old college professor, and that the murderer had used stakes to pin his corpse to the concrete wall of an abandoned house. I think it might be quite harder than she made it look to stick a human corpse floating in the air, basically nailed to a concrete wall. You have to be very powerful to do that. Residents of the neighborhood where the crime took place reported hearing a sound like someone hammering, starting around at 8 p.m. The time when the murder... Holy shit. The time was around the time of the murder was estimated to be committed, and lasting for over an hour. And when he hits my clitoris... Oh man, Gilbert Gottfried. Whoever thought hearing Aladdin's parrot talk about clitoris and vaginas was going to be so funny. I had heard it as well. It had clung to my ears. A nasty sound. Please don't do it again. On a side note, no connection between it and the group dive or the pregnant man has been uncovered yet. However, since it was the third bizarre incident to happen in the very same Shibuya, people naturally started treating the staking murder case as part of a new chain phenomenon. The police and the media viewed the three cases as having been the work of different people, but according to online commentary, or more properly, online expectations, them having been committed by the same criminal or by the same group of people was the most popular explanation. It seemed like a lot of places online also gave it occult explanations, and some believed that everything stemmed back to the earthquake 2 months earlier. 2 months ago, a magnitude 3.0 earthquake had occurred. Is that then on the Richter scale? Or is that another scale? Because I think there's several scales. I have no clue. I'm sure I'll check it out after this video. Actually, no, I don't care. Alright. With Shibuya at its center, 8 people died despite the fact that it had been a relatively small-scale event. And as a result, it became a big topic of conversation. Now that they mentioned it, true enough, the new Jinna cases had begun after that earthquake. Thus, the people who supported an occult explanation for the new Jinn argued that the 8 deaths from the earthquake should be counted as the first new Jinna incident, which led to fierce debates between them and those who supported the most popular explanation, the same criminal theory. In any case, the truly abnormal part of it was that through 3 brutal crimes, though 3 brutal crimes had occurred in succession, no clues as to the perpetrator's identity had been discovered in any of them. I am so sorry for this episode. It is probably painful to listen to. I should end it here, which I will. I'll see you guys next episode, which I'm going to record right after this, so I mean, nothing much going on. So I'll see you there. Bird.